The city of Boston deserves better. The Boston Red Sox are one of the most storied franchises in all of Major League Baseball. They have won 9 World Series, with 4 of them coming in the last 20 years. The last 5 years, though, have been an embarrassment, in my opinion, for the city of Boston. The Red Sox, some would say, had their future in their hands. Three homegrown, talented players that they watched grow up in Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, and Xander Bogaerts. And what do the Red Sox do? They let them go one by one year after the next. Since the early 2000s, the Red Sox have been top five in all of MLB in payroll. Now, the past 5 years, the Red Sox have made a ton of questionable moves that has caused this team to become a joke compared to how the city of Boston is used to seeing them. In 2019, they decided to trade Mookie Betts, attached with David Price, to the Los Angeles Dodgers in exchange for what I thought at the time was a horrible trade, and has actually turned out that way. They received Alex Verdugo, who has turned out to be a decent player, Connor Wong, who has turned out to be nothing, and Jeter Downs, who has also turned out to be nothing, and not even in the organization anymore. At that point, Verdugo was the number one prospect in the Dodgers system and the number 35 prospect in all of baseball. Downs was the number 8 prospect in the Dodger system, and Connor Wong was the number 14 prospect in the Dodger system, according to MLB Pipeline. Going into 2020, owner John Henry was looking to cut costs, and Mookie Betts had just agreed to a record-breaking $27 million arbitration contract with the Boston Red Sox. 2020 was Betts' last year before becoming a free agent at the young age of 26. Obviously, Betts, who was one of the best players in baseball and still is, had just won an MVP in 2018, had won 4 Gold Gloves, 4 Silver Sluggers, had become a 4-time All-Star, while also finishing top 8 in MVP leading up to that 2020 season, and was looking for a big contract. Betts had been the face of that franchise since David Ortiz left, leading them to a World Series in 2018. Mookie Betts had wanted to stay with the Red Sox for his full career, and to be honest, the Red Sox should have done it. That guy is a full package, great baseball player, great with the media, brings people to the ballpark, while also having the advantage of aging well because of his athleticism. After the trade, though, Betts ended up signing a 12-year, $365 million deal, becoming the second highest paid player in MLB history, and has excelled every year with the Dodgers. Has finished top 5 in MVP voting in 3 of the 4 years with the Dodgers, has won the Gold Glove 2 of the 4 years, has been a Silver Slugger 3 of the 4 years. So pretty much everything he had done in Boston, he has kept doing with the Los Angeles Dodgers. From the reports out there, supposedly Chain Bloom was the one that made his decision and was the one that made this decision, and it did not come from the owners. In this case, though, when you are dealing with the franchise player, the ownership should have intervened and stopped that from happening. Nobody in baseball thought that this was a good deal then, and nobody in baseball thought this was a good deal 5 years later. Everybody has been proven correct. Before we move on, we would really appreciate if you guys could hit that like button, comment down below, letting us know how you feel about the handling of the Red Sox the past 5 years. This really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, while you can also stay in touch with us and know when we drop our next videos. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. After the 2020 season, the Red Sox decided to trade Andrew Benintendi with 2 years of control left. He moves on and put up an average season hitting wise in 2021 with a 104 WRC plus and a 106 OPS plus, and then an above average season in 2022 with a 122 WRC plus and a 120 OPS plus. Benintendi was set to make only $6.6 million in 2021 and went on to make $8.5 million in 2022. The next guy that the Red Sox decided to just let walk out was Xander Bogaerts after the 2022 season. Bogaerts has been one of the best shortstops in baseball since 2015, and especially since 2018, when he turned it up a notch with the bat, producing an above average WRC plus and OPS plus, and some seasons even at an elite level. At the beginning of the 2022 season, the Red Sox offered Bogaerts a 1-year deal to extend his 3 years that were left on his contract and make it a 4-year deal, essentially, having him become a free agent after the 2023 season, which was his age 30 season. Bogaerts felt disrespected by this offer and essentially started off negotiations on the wrong foot. The Sox decided to then hold on to Bogaerts for the full season and then ended up making another offer before Bogaerts decided to take the Padres offer. The Red Sox offered a 6-year, $160 million deal, while the Padres ended up offering an 11-year, $280 million contract. In an interview after he agreed to that contract, he mentioned that the offer that the Red Sox offered was way off. I think that if his home team would have come with a more competitive offer, he would have at least thought about it, especially with the taxes in California, and that he had already played 10 years with Boston. While I don't think Bogaerts was worth $280 million, the Red Sox did themselves no favor by not trying to sign him before he became a free agent. You would think that seeing all this talented homegrown players leave, that the Red Sox would try and bring in free agents or make trades to try and properly replace those players. But that's not the case. The Red Sox have signed one player of significance or somebody they could possibly build around, and that is Trevor Story. And we all know that hasn't turned out well, mostly because of injuries. I know that the Red Sox have also had to carry a bunch of money from guys that are not even on their active roster since 2019. You had Pablo Sandoval, who was owed $23.5 million between 2019 and 2020. Rusney Castillo, whom they gave a $72.5 million contract in 2014 that lasted until 2020 and never contributed anything to the major league team. David Price, who they agreed to pay the Dodgers $32 million between 2021 and 2022, even though they traded him. $2.8 million they paid to the Royals to take on Benintendi, $8 million to buy out Jackie Bradley Jr., and that is just some of the money that the Red Sox have been paying these 5 years for players not even contributing to this team due to bad contracts, trades, or releasing players. In my opinion, I don't think that they should be cutting money, but also not trying to add pieces for the long term. They make way too much money and have won too much to not put a competitive team year in and year out on that field. The Red Sox are the third most valuable franchise in MLB with an estimated value of $4.5 billion. They have finished in last place 3 out of the last 4 years while also cutting their payroll once again for the 2024 season. Red Sox fans should be furious and have been asking for John Henry to sell the team if he is not going to keep putting a competitive product out on the field year in and year out. After the 2024 season, the Red Sox will be getting rid of a lot of money from their payroll due to impending free agents, player buyouts, and money owed to teams from trades. If next year the Red Sox don't land some big free agents with the type of free agent class that we are going to have, there needs to be a protest in the city of Boston. A city that is known and is accustomed to winning should not be treated this way after all the support they have shown to that team. Next year, you have guys like Juan Soto, Cody Bellinger, if he opts out, Teoscar Hernandez, Alex Bregman, Corbin Burns, Pete Alonso, Ha-Seong Kim, Paul Goldschmidt, Max Fried, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, Willie Adames, Walker Buehler, Gleyber Torres, Shane Bieber, Anthony Santander, and many more great baseball players out in that market. This class is stacked, and the Red Sox payroll will be low. They need to invest or move on, have something for the city of Boston to cheer for, and be excited to come to the ballpark every game. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below letting us know which players you would like the Red Sox to sign in next year's free agency class. See you on the next one.